and over the offside. Doesn't get much of it. And oh, what a take! William Basisto back into the side. Pulls off as good a running catch as you'd want to see. And the catch of the tournament thus far goes to the Australian from the Carnally Yaks.
You don't get a tougher catch than this. When you've got to turn and run away from the field of play, this is the hardest catch that you'll ever see on a cricket field. And the full dive, and then to make sure that the elbows don't jar the ground and that the ball spills out, that is quite spectacular from Basisto. Jora goes for one. The Lions are 1 for 1.
Well, hold on to your hats, whether you're in the crowd or at home, because you've just seen the catch of the tournament. That's why Rohit Padel's come to the crease. That's across his entire NPL career. He's now gone past 300 runs after having a great first season. I just felt Sandeep Jora was going to get himself out, but he's really only been dismissed thanks to that man. I think William Basisto might have done some damage to his sunglasses as well in the process. I'm sure that somebody will sponsor him a pair after taking a catch like that. Athleticism, grit, determination, and high quality skill to be able to take a catch like that. Quite phenomenal. Paudel immediately off the mark with a single. In fact, he wants a second, but he won't get it. Now, the reason we describe these as the most difficult catches to take, you're forcing against everything. How good is this?
Well, the ball just keeps going away from you. So you get your head down, you've got to sprint, and that takes a full length dive. Mentioned a little bit earlier though, to be able to keep his arms out in front of him and not pull the ball towards his chest so that the elbows don't make contact with the ground first, because so often when that happens, the ball spills out because of the jarring of the elbows on the ground. That is one of the great catches that you'll see.
Stayed in touch personally with Will Basisto quite a bit since last season. How much he enjoyed it. His parents, remember, came out to watch all of the Carnally Yaks games last year, and he's worked so hard. He's really taking it as a second chance at a cricket career, because he was plucked almost from obscurity, just from cricket. To take a catch like this, it's all those hard yards, that work done that nobody can see. That great Muhammad Ali quote, isn't it? The fight is already won before you get in the ring. Brilliant. Let's hope he hasn't done himself a little bit of damage. You can see him just holding his elbow. He is delighted to be back here in Kathmandu in the blue of Carnally. It's a wicket taking over, and it was all about the catch of William Basisto. 2 for 1. That's the potential lineup. Great story, Samir Ali. The first player this season to come through the talent hunt and debut. Every single one of the 8 Nepal Premier League sides has to pick a player from the talent hunt. And they've really embraced that, actually. They've run, some of them, quite long-reaching and long-lasting talent hunts. Some going for not just a couple of days, but several weeks. Samir Ali thought he kept pretty well in his opening appearance. Sergeant Gartree there, keeping wicket. We'll see Samir Ali in the second innings. And for the Lions, difficult start for them. HD, just talk me through the conditions here. Are we going to see any captains win the toss and choose to bat first? You said you think it'll bat okay in the first innings. Or is it just going to be a case that whoever's winning the flick of that coin is going to be bowling?
Well, we're 7 from 7, aren't we? But that doesn't necessarily mean the results have gone 7 from 7. Captains winning the toss and deciding to chase. I think it's really where cricket's gone in the T20 and the shortened version, is that teams want to chase. I think the nighttime game under lights, there's a reluctancy to bowl second because of the dew factor. It has an effect on the way the ball is gripped.
Why is that? Why do sides want to chase? Is it purely that they then know exactly what rate that they need to score at, or what's the thinking?
I think that's exactly right, and I think that they feel that teams batting first aren't sure what a total, how to go about putting a total together, and often go out too hard and end up getting bowled out for 140, and then it becomes a very, very simple chase. But if you can go and you can post a substantial score, I think you can flip that coin.
Really good pull shots. Yes, he's coming across the delivery in terms of its movement and its line, but I think he lined it up really nicely. And Rohit Paudel, not many finer domestic batters than him.
He was waiting for this, because Sampal Kami has hit that length over and over again, and I think Rohit Paudel just said, I'm going to sit on my back foot here. Good stroke. Yes, if you can post something significant, if you can post anything 160 plus, batting first, you're in the game. You're well and truly in the game.
Tries to go again, but clots it up towards the V of the bat. Very well bowled by Sampal Kami. I think he saw his national team captain coming. Just to build on your point about 7 captains having won the toss, 7 choosing to bowl first. Of the 6 matches you've had results in this far, 3 have been won by the side batting first, 3 have been won by the side batting second. So it probably isn't as big a factor as even the captains and coaches and us as pundits are thinking.
Let's look at those scores though. 220, 193 from those are just 2 I can think of the teams that batted first that won.
The other one was the Sudar Prashim Royals turning it around and defending their 147. 3 overs bowled, the Lions 6 for 1. That is the slate of games for the Lions, who somehow, for the second season in a row, are the last team to come into action and the first team to be finished. Yet again, they seem to always be squeezed in the middle. It does mean that if they get into a winning habit this year, unlike the losing habit they had last year, that they can maybe book their place in the playoffs early, particularly if they made it 2 from 2 today. Now, he's just taken a brilliant catch. Time to show his all-round skills with the ball. With the left-hander out there, Darcy Short, who's yet to get off the mark. Sampal Kami will call upon the Australian Will Basisto, who bowled so well last season, including those career best figures. It was a 6-wicket haul for him.
Come on, Willie! Come on, Willie!
The other thing is we've had 3 overs, that's 18 balls, and Short had only faced 3 of those. Now he's sent in at the top of the order to try and get a move on inside the power play. Half the power play is done and he's hardly had any strike.
And that's a bit of naivety from both Rohit Paudel and particularly Sandeep Jura. does also confuse me sometimes, though, and it can actually come down to superstition, can't it? If you're sending someone like Darcy Short out to take advantage of the power play, why is he not facing the first ball?
Yeah, that's a very good point. But batters are strange individuals and have superstitions. Don't want to face the first ball or want you to enter the field, play before they do. All sorts of little things that happen. But he's off the mark now, Short.
The entirety of our great sport, the sport that I adore so much, it's just ludicrously superstitious. When a partnership is building up, heaven forbid you move in the dressing room because someone is going to grab your arm or shout at you and say, don't change anything. Things are going well. We need to be statues up here watching on.
When it comes to superstition, there's always one name that I bring up, and I suppose many South Africans bring him up. Neil McKenzie, the test batter for South Africa, who's now an assistant coach to Andrew Flintoff with the England Lions that are in Perth, Australia at the moment. He did some real weird things. All the toilet seats in the cubicles had to be down before he went into bat, because he believed that if they were up, it meant loose strokes. So they all had to be down. That's just one of many.
There are some just frankly ludicrous ones, but there has to be some origin to them. Obviously, one of the games where he got a first ball, or he's come back in and just seeing that it was the other way around. I think it's the stop-start nature of our sport. We have an event, we have an act, i.e. the ball is bowled, then we have 10 to 15 seconds in between a spinner, or maybe 20 or 30 seconds in between a seamer's delivery. So the mind has time to play tricks.
Well, there was an occasion where his teammates took the mickey out of him and they taped one of his pads to the ceiling because he'd like to have neat kit, and he got 100 that day. So the next time they came, he did it as a joke, but he taped his own pad to the ceiling.
The strange and magnificent beasts that we are as cricketers. That's the field, long on, and it's really a cow corner on the wicket outs. Protected. Excellent over. Persisto already justifying his call into the team. The Lions going nowhere. 7 for 1 to score. Picture perfect weather. It's a beautiful time of the year in the Kathmandu Valley, and great colour from both sets of supporters. The Yaks and the Lions fans are here in good numbers. It is a sellout, a complete sellout, but plenty choosing to gradually work their way in to the first Super Saturday of the season. And some great mascots as well. Look at the Yak in the background, the Yak attack.
The perfect start here for the Yaks. Just 7 runs conceded in 4 overs. This is a mighty over.
You just sensed it was a matter of time before Darcy Short started to go. It's his first boundary, and the shackles may now start to be released. An Encell Super 4 from Darcy Short. You sensed it was going to be an important over, HD.
Yeah, just with how well the first 3 overs from the Yaks went, you almost knew that Short was going to go. I don't think he's going to stop. There's going to be a change of angle from Nandan Yadav. He's going to come over the wicket now, potentially go across the left-hander. Maybe there's a little bit of swing for him.
There's a little bit of movement. Good Yorker. He is full of talent, Nandan Yadav, isn't he? And you can see why Stuart Law thinks an awful lot of him.
Well, he had a good tournament last year, bowling at the back end of an innings. He bowled those fabulous Yorkers. But here, where there's a little bit of swing, I like the angle of attack. Over the wicket, try and swing it into the pads. From around the wicket, you almost swing it in.
for the Yorker, misses out and is punished down the ground. 4 more.
These are very important runs here for the Lions because they've got off to a very, very sedate start. I know they've got some power to come, Gulbuddin Naib, JJ Smith, but they need a start here.
Yeah, and this partnership is particularly important as a consequence, HD. Just think about Rohit Powdell's runs last year and what a linchpin he was. A distance to stand out domestic batter last season. Great to see this season he's going to have some real competition for that. Kushal Bertel's been in fantastic touch. Asif Sheikh with a 50 in his first game. Well ball, good hard length. Dash through for the single. Sir Omada JQ, Nepal's fastest growing EV brand. It provides a best in segment range, ground clearance, and that is the car that we actually take to the ground every day, branded up with the Nepal Premier League on the side. We get lots of people waving at us, don't we, as we come through the streets of Kathmandu around the ring road from the Salti. Very comfortable indeed. Nicely guided. I think he's played this up and over intentionally. Won't go all the way, but will pick up a couple. A bit more like it from the Lions. The best over the innings thus far has gone for 11. After 5, it's 18 for 1.
Great start here for the Karnali Yanks. Signs of aggression, but not being able to find the gaps with consummate fielding. Very ordinary stuff. That not impressed Basisto and the captain, Sumpal Kami as well. That's Gulshan Jha, one of the better fielders in the side. Very good morning, Fazal Khalil.
Thank you, Mikhail. Thank you, everyone watching this broadcast of Season 2 of the Siddhartha Bank NPL. Distress on the bowler. He's doing all the hard yards. You have a poor ball fielding performance. It lets down the bowlers. They've done well so far. The Yaks winning the toss, electing to field. They have Lumbini Lions really searching, groping for answers.
It's looked a good surface, particularly for the pacer. They've extracted some pace and bounce. A bit juicy. If you're willing to bend your back, good start. Yeah, the Lumbini Lions have tried to just free their arms. But this man's made an immediate impact, Will Basisto, with the fielding effort that he showed some time back. That's lovely. Just how beautifully he extended his arms, went through with that shot. Rohit Powdell has come out with some intent this morning, and it's shown.
Well, yes, just take a look at this. He didn't try to hit it too hard. He didn't try to muscle it. He just timed it. That's what timing can do. The premium on timing. He got the same result that he would if he had bludgeoned the ball.
Cries of catcher, that's overshot fine, back-to-back boundaries. Basisto just leaking runs here. Just the over the Lions are looking for.
Well, yes, not very good bowling this by Basisto. Perhaps he's still hurting with that boundary of the first delivery. Dragging that one short. And helping it on its way. Fielder inside the circle on the onside. So just a free hit really. There it is, the two men inside the circle. No protection in the deep. We're still in the power play. A couple of deliveries to go. Good partnership developing between these two, Rohit and Short.
Ball.
Best over so far. 2 is the call. Will Darcy short of life? 11 runs in the last over, 14 in this with the ball to go. Some momentum here for the batting side.
Lovely ball, this one, yeah. Lovely.
Look at that for an aerial view. What a coverage so far it's been in the first week, Fazal.
Well, absolutely. And what I like apart from the cricket is the spacing between games, Mikhail. Gives everybody a chance, the players, the curators. Oh, brilliantly struck this. The reverse, or rather the switch hit. End of the over, power play out of the way, 36 for 1.
Yeah, good last over. 18 runs coming off it. 11 coming off the fourth. 29 runs in the last 12 balls. Done with a power play. Lumbini lines bat deep. Darcy shot missed out in the last game with the bat. Paudel got a laborious 30-odd runs. They really want to up their game in this outing.
Well, the day games, I don't think are going to get those 190s and 200s, Mikhail. I think maybe a score of somewhere around 165 to 175 will be par for the course. If they can get to 165, they will have runs on the board. And for that to happen, they need to bat with a certain plan. Now, Gulshan Jha, I mean, I've really rated him very highly. One of the talented cricketers coming from this neck of the woods, Gulshan Jha. So they need to plan the innings, especially these two in the middle, Rohit and Short. They've taken their time, 15 and 13 deliveries respectively. Well, this is exactly what we don't need. We need some conventional cricket.
Yeah, the heavyweights of Cricket Association of Nepal. In the background, you can see the secretary there, Paras Khatka. He's the man with a plan. What a leader, what a visionary. They call him the man with a vision and the supervision. Fazal, I was there in the annual conference in Singapore, the ICC, and he made a presentation on the NPL, Paras Khatka, and he had everyone floored by NPL Season 1 presentation.
Well, yes, I've known him briefly now at the start of this NPL, and he was kind enough to have me here as part of the commentary team. Paras really a very dynamic young man. He's not very old, 38 perhaps is what he is, but he seemed to have a real vision for Nepal cricket, and that's really good to see. But that cannot happen with the support from the others. You know, the president of the association, the secretary himself, and the office bearers of the association. That goes a long way in putting together a tournament like this. The presentation might have been made by him, Mikhail, but the planning behind that presentation is a complete teamwork, and I'm sure will acknowledge that it is a teamwork, and he keeps mentioning how important it is to give these youngsters this opportunity. I mean, he's led and played cricket at the highest level. He's led Nepal, and I'm sure he's got that vision to take Nepal forward. Perhaps one day an ICC tournament, full member nation. These are the things that will be riding very high on his agenda. Well done to Can, well done to Paras. Fabulous. It's called the Festival of the Himalayas, and rightly so.
Easy pickings. As he found the fielder there. Oh
nice
dear.
ball.
Darcy Shot can only look back in disbelief, but Gulshan Jah has struck. What a turn of events here. That was there for the taking, and Darcy Shot just hands it straight down the throat of the fielder at deep mid wicket. Another one bites the dust for the Lions.
Well, yes, Gulshan Jah, we were mentioning what an asset to the team he is, and then he picks up a very important wicket of Darcy Shot. Another failure for Darcy Shot, called Priyank Panchal, bowled Gulshan Jah, and in the 7th over, the Lumbini Lions are 37 for 2.
"37 for 2. Dilip Nath comes out to bat. Gulshan Jah just got lucky there, but he's been amongst wickets in 2025, 7 games, 7 wickets, at a decent economy as well. Dilip Nath managed just 10 in the last game of his. He'll have a point to prove. Yeah, that's poor bowling. The previous one was full. It went into hands. This one's down the leg. That'll go for a 4. And Nath is off the mark.
Well, a nice little gift for Nath. Down the leg side, first ball. That's exactly what you need. Just trying to test him with a short delivery. Just going a little awry. And easy pickings this. Just helping it around the corner. The fine leg was a little too square. It went fine enough to get his first boundary.
All-rounders in the side for the Yanks. Rohit standing 40 for the Lions. They need a big batting effort up front. The top order has just been found wanting. That's more like it. Successful over comes to an end. 6 runs and a wicket. It's 42 for 2. Game day 6, match number 7. A lot of red in the crowd. That's because the Lumbini Lions are in the house. Remember, it's weekend, doubleheader day. We have another match lined up as well. As always, a lot of excitement and colour at the TU International Cricket Ground.
Lovely, yeah.
Yeah, matchups talk about with the turn, hitting with the turn. That's what Dilip Nath will try to the left-arm spinner.
Well, really a tough phase now between 7 and 15 overs. Mark Watt, 5 for 27. Really good economy. 7.55 runs to the over, 114 wickets. So a lot of experience out there on the park. And Rohit and Nath, not as experienced as Watt, but they've got the opportunity to show the kind of talent they have.
One ball, yeah, Maggie. Great ball, yeah.
Since the approach of
एक ओभर अध्यक्षमा
Men in purple have been under the microscope.
Player of the innings so far for the Lions. Just a couple of steps down, swiveling on that back foot, and take a look at where it lands. Huge hit. Oh, he's put it down.
Don't think we've had a crowd catch yet. They keep dropping everything. More momentum, back-to-back sixes across the innings. The first one going to Shermala, who'll have his role to play with the ball in the second half. And now pressure on Yadav. Responds well. Gets into the block hole. Trumpelman wants the second. Can Shermala go back? Throw goes to the keeper's end. Oh, I think we might just go upstairs here. Umpire Wimerl Siri says not out.
Well, initially, Trumpelman thought he'd throw to the non-strikers, and when he saw the throw coming to his end, he just put in a few big strides, and in the end, just there it is, just ambling across now. Oh, geez, those huge legs, that big frame, just 5 or 6 steps, and he was home.